চিত্ত যেথা ভয় শূন্য উচ্চ যেথা शीर ज्ञान जेतो मुक्त जेथा गृह प्रचीर। जहां चित्त भय से शून्य हो, जहां हम गर्व से माथा ऊंचा करके चल सकें, जहां ज्ञान मुक्त हो, जहां दिन रात विशाल वसुधा को खंडों में विभाजित कर छोटे और छोटे आंगन न बनाए जाते हों। Hi and welcome back to my podcast Sushma Says. I bring to you Where the Mind is Without Fear by Gurudev Rabindranath Tagore. This great poem has inspired many people in India and awakened the spirit of freedom in every human being. Rabindranath Tagore is to Indians what Shakespeare is to the English. Tagore's writing is deeply rooted in both Indian and Western learning traditions. He was a founder of Shanti Niketan, which promoted naturalistic philosophy of teaching. He won Nobel Prize for Literature for his work Gitanjali in 1913. It was originally composed in Bengali, possibly in 1900, under the title Pratna, meaning prayer. Later in 1911, Tagore himself translated the Bengali poem into English, and that translation appeared as poem 35 in his Nobel-winning anthology Gitanjali, published by the Indian Society, London in 1912. So when the poem was written, India was under the British rule and people were eagerly waiting to get their freedom from the British rule. The poem is written in the form of a prayer to the God, the Almighty, for true freedom for his country, and thus Tagore reveals his concept of freedom throughout the poem. Where the mind is without fear. Where the mind is without fear and the head is held high, where knowledge is free, where the world has not been broken up into fragments by narrow domestic walls, where words come out from the depth of truth, where tireless striving stretches its arms towards perfection, where the clear stream of reason has not lost its way into the dreary desert sand of dead habit, where the mind is led forward by thee into ever-widening thought and action, into that heaven of freedom, my Father, led my country away. In the very first line, the poet prays to the Almighty that his countrymen should be free from any fear of oppression or compulsion. He wishes that everyone in his country has his head held high in dignity. In other words, according to him, in a truly free country, every person should be fearless and should have a sense of self-dignity. Every countryman should live free and fearless life with self-dignity. Now, poet dreams of a nation where knowledge would be free. Education should not be restricted to the upper class only, but everybody should be allowed to acquire knowledge. The poet emphasizes the unity of not only of his countrymen, but also for entire world. He thinks there should be no division among people based on caste, creed, color, religion, or other baseless superstitions. In other words, prejudice and superstitions should not divide the people into groups and break their unity. Tagore wants a nation where people are truthful. People of the country should speak the truth and blessed to have a perfect life. The people should not be superficial and their words should come out from the depth of their hearts. Everyone should work hard to reach their goal and in the long run to reach perfection. He thinks they should not be tired of working. People should not be lazy and ignoring their work. The poet compares reason or logical thinking to a clear stream. As just as stream flows on continuously overcoming to all obstacles on its way to reaching finally its destination, that is to merge in the vast ocean, so also reason that come in our mind must not be obstructed by the narrow and selfish ideas, otherwise, our actions shall be affected and an individual shall perish. The poet compares reason with stream because reason has a free flow of good sense. As the clear stream has a free flow of fresh water like stream, a person's intellect should always be clean and moving. In the next line, he compares dead habits or superstitious beliefs to a dreary desert. Poet compares dead habits to the dreary desert because habits such as hatred, discrimination, selfishness destroys the personality of a human being and is similar to a sandy desert that is unable to flourish and prosper. The poet makes the comparison because dead habits are dull, like the dreary desert sand. He wants a stream of a reason not to lose its way into the desert of prejudice. People's thoughts should be monitored by rational thinking, not by superstition. Logic should rule over old baseless belief. The poet wishes his countrymen to be progressive and broad-minded. In the final lines of this poem, the poet addresses God as Father. He asks him to awaken his country into such a heaven of freedom where the above conditions meet. To make it clear, he is praying that God awakens his countrymen so that they come out of the darkness of ignorance, prejudice, disunity, and all other evils. This poem is remarkable and have the intensity of the feeling of freedom. With this wonderful thought of our Gurudev, everyone should be confident, not confined. Countrymen should be unprejudiced and open-minded, accepting the new challenges and changes. Everyone should lead their lives of decency and dignity. Till then, goodbye and see you again.